Before we get into today's video, as you can imagine from rival fans, I've had a lot of shit like posted in my comments. Some of the most vicious stuff you've ever seen, and normally I just can laugh it off. But yesterday I received something just so vile and vicious that I thought I need to share it with people because it's affected me so badly. This is the comment. As you can see, Joe McKenzie's just... That's just too far, Joe McKenzie. Alright, words hurt, son. Can't believe you've done this.
Glorious. No, I won't give in till I'm victorious.
Hello everyone, this is CJ Novo 982 and today we are back with another brand new video. Today's video, as you can tell by that deliciously clickbaity title, we're here to talk about Livingston versus Rangers, which is probably the most important game this season. Again, I've said that a couple of times, but my God, we really need 3 points out of this matchup. But just in case you haven't seen these videos before, it's not just a prediction video or anything like that. We will be looking at not only the Rangers team news, but the Livingston team news as well, giving you as much updates as possible going into this vital match for the famous. So without any further ado, as always, just a friendly reminder in case you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please consider doing so and help the nation get towards that 55k mark. The last 2 weeks has been absolutely sensational. The challenge is to keep that momentum up. But now it is time to dive into today's video then, shall we? 3, 2, 1. Livingston versus Rangers, 4 PM kickoff, and it is going to be on this Sunday. And there's a fun bit of trivia regarding Rangers and Sunday fixtures. We've won 6 out of the last 7 Sunday matches. Do you know the one we last lost? Livingston. Fun. But that honestly cannot happen this time. We need to win this match. We need the 3 points out of it. I know that there's still so much time left, but if we don't win this game, we could possibly be 4th by 4 PM on Sunday if we don't beat Livingston at the Tony Macaroni. Now, I think if you look at the last 2 fixtures, obviously Kilmarnock and then followed by Livingston away from home, 2 very tough ties. Kilmarnock's one of the most informed teams in Scottish football at the minute, just fresh from the winter break, so anything could have happened in that game, and unfortunately it went against us. They done their jobs, whether we handed it to them on a plate or not. They still had to be good enough to take the chances when they were created. But we go into this game and there's a hell of a lot riding on this game, and there's so many questions opened up now because we tried a new formation versus Kilmarnock. It all went well till we conceded a goal, and then we absolutely collapsed and broke in two, and we just seemed to give up on the formation, give up on the tactics, and just start hoofing the ball everywhere. So for the first time in a long time, I'm sitting here thinking, what are we actually going to do? What are we going to play? Who are we going to play? Livingston are a very good side. I know they're missing a couple of key players. Ryan Hardy obviously can't play against us. Menga, who scored the winning goal the last time for Livingston, will be missing the game, which is a major boost for us. But they are still extremely dangerous from set pieces. Hockett, the former Bear, leads them by example. I know how excited I was playing 2 up front, but this game is so vital and it's away from home. Again, just like I said a minute ago, against a Livingston side, it's very dangerous. I think we should personally revert back to the formation that we played against Celtic Football Club with the 1 up front, and I think that's the way we're leading, coming out from Gerrard's sort of comments about Stephen Davis and obviously Jermaine Defoe, talking about they've not played a lot of games. The minutes was done a hell of a lot of good for them on Wednesday, but they're still lacking and he's going to have to manage it carefully. So with that being said, I genuinely think we're going to revert back to the sort of 4-2-3-1 sort of formation that we've done against Celtic, which should sort of solidify us in the midfield, keep control of the ball and create a hell of a lot more chances. And I just want to say as well, I'm not giving up on the 2 up front. I still think Morelos and Davis will lead us to where we want to be. But right now, with Davis and Defoe not fully fit, we need to be smarter. We need to control this game, and we can't take any risks, needless risks. Now let's take a side step away from the formation and talk about Joe Worrall, because I'm sure so many's actually want to talk him, and I've seen it from the comments and in my own Twitter feed. People want Joe Worrall dropped for his mistake. I know Alan McCoist during the week as well came out and said the way they made the mistakes, he'd have pulled them off at half time, but you know Ali and his substitutions, does they make them before the 70th? Stop lying to us, Ali. But all joking aside, the Joe Worrall situation had to be addressed, and the media asked Steven Gerrard about Joe Worrall, what was his thoughts, what was his plan to do with him, and this is what the gaffer had to say about the big English centre half. I don't think that Joe is that insecure that he's going to need a cuddle or an arm around from me. He's a big boy, people make mistakes and he's human. I'm more interested in his reaction and what he's going to give in terms of performance moving forward. That is the key. We all make mistakes, that's the game. It's how you react. End quote. Unfortunately, it sounds like Joe Worrall will be back in the mixer versus Livingston Football Club. And listen, I've not turned against the guy, I'm not sending the guy a lot of hate and abuse, but we dropped Katic for a hell of a lot less and we've not seen him since. I mean, we conceded from that We were in complete control until that moment. Where is the repercussions? Listen, I'm not a manager, I'm not a coach or anything like that. I'm just a fan and I'm sort of venting my opinion on it. And it might be the smartest way. Gerrard might be doing the right thing. Joe Worrall might come out and get a man of the match performance. Hell, I hope he does. I hope he scores 3 goals, including an overhead kick that bounces off the bar, hits back over him and goes into the net. It's not as if I'm coming here with negative opinions wanting the guy to fail. If he's playing tomorrow, which looks like he is, I hope he puts a 10 out of 10. But my question is, where is the consistency for players dropped when they make mistakes? And then Joe Worrall, who just seems to be able to do anything the lad wants. Is there something in the loan agreement from Nottingham Forest that he needs to play? Is that what we're dealing with here? I'd love to, Ken. Like, genuinely, I just would love to, Ken. But enough for now, Joe Worrall talk. I'm sure I'm going to be discussing and interacting with you guys in the comment sections about the man himself. Let's talk about some Rangers news then and talk about who's injured. Obviously, we already addressed who's missing for Livingston Football Club, so let's look at the famous, shall we? The boys. Unfortunately, Connor Goldson will be missing that game. Again, that's confirmed by the gaffer. At the same time, he was talking about Joe Worrall, so that's a massive, massive blow. So it looks like it's going to be Joe Worrall and Gareth McAuley once again as our centre-backs. Now, the timeline for Connor Goldson isn't necessarily listed as a very long time. I believe it's sort of touch and go, and once again, this game's just came too early, and they don't want to risk any further injury. I'm pretty sure he's going to be back very, very soon, so don't worry, it's not a long-term injury. The next player we're going to talk about is a sort of long 2-3 weeks still left to go, and that is none other than Big Grezda. He's still missing out. And as always, last but not least, we have Graham Dorrance and Jamie Murphy both missing the game through their long-term knee injuries. And that's it for the injury team news. So there's a hell of a lot riding on tomorrow's performance, and I'm still wound up for Kilmarnock, the way we performed and the way we just seemed to bottle it. So I'm not as confident as I was going into that Kilmarnock game where I thought we'd take control and we would own the game of football. I believe this will be a very scrappy tie. We don't play well at Livingston Park. We just don't. It's going to be one of these dodgy results. But I believe that Rangers will come out with the goal to win the game, and it's going to be 1-0. That is the first time ever I've predicted a 1-0 on the channel, and I believe that's going to be tomorrow versus Livingston. The man with the goal, I'm going to go with Alfredo Morelos starting up front round about the first half. And yes, I do realise round about the first half's the first half, and that would have been easier to say. I didn't care why I did it, genuinely. So with that being said, I am all done in today's video regarding my prediction and the team news. Now that you've heard everything, what is your thoughts and opinions going into this vital clash versus Livingston Football Club? Let me know in the comment section below. And while you guys are doing that, let's have a little sponsor break, shall we? We need to get them back to winning ways. I forgot today versus Kilmarnock, we got beat. So everyone, grab your refreshments, everyone. 3, 2, 1, sponsor break. So now that we've had our refreshments, let's jump over in Twitter and see what the peoples had to say. 925 votes. Thank you so much for getting involved. 9% votes for Livingston. 12% votes for draw. But 79% of the people votes for our Rangers win. So let's see what they've had to say. Blue and Mandarin says 3-1 to the famous. And he literally spells it 1. And I rate that, Blue. I rate that. Royal Neil says Rangers to win 2-1. Goals from Morelos and hashtag free Katic. And their goal will be from Craig Hockett. Marcus says we better get the 3 point. Banter Year says 1-0 scrappy. We're thinking the same, but let's hope it's no the recreation of the banter years. Ewan McKenzie says 3-1 to Rangers. Defoe, Morelos and Katic. I rate that, mate. He's gone big there, and he obviously wants to see Defoe and Morelos starting. Jude says Katic hat-trick. There's a lot of that. Andrew Wilson says well win 2-1. Morelos and Katic to score the goal. Hashtag free Katic. David Smith says Rangers to win 4-0. Katic had a perfect hat-trick and then a dubious offside goal where he fouls the defender and handles it over the line. Is this the way it's going? Resilient Reese says 1-0 to Rangers. Defoe will play poorly but will get the win. Hashtag free Katic says Worrall plays, Livingston win 2-0. Katic plays, Rangers win 3-0. Katic hat-trick. Hashtag free Katic. Yep. JB1872 says 3-1 to Rangers. Katic hat-trick. Danny Taylor says free Katic. 2-0 to the boys. And the last 2 or 3 that we'll actually read out comes from John Sharp. He says we need to get the finger out of our arses and get the game put to bed as early as possible. Livingston are a strong team, but we need to beat teams like this if we have any ambition for the league. Another tight game, but we'll get the 3 points or it's over for the league. I rate that, mate. Connor Duncan says need to bounce back from the Killer game shite pitch once again, but nonetheless we need to go out and put in a performance. And the last one we'll read out comes from bang. Camera ran out of battery, I'm back. I went bang! Same one. Cal, no surrender. He says 4-1 to the mighty Rangers. There it is, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You've heard it from the people themselves. You've heard my opinion. If you haven't done so already, you know what to do by now. Also, I need to give a special mention to the Patreons. We have now reached 50 Patrons. That's absolutely frightening. Thank you so much for the support. Again, every single penny will be spent directly to improve the overall experience on the channel. The new camera was the latest thing we've got. We're going to be looking at sound, equipment, lighting, etc. going forward. If you'd like to support the channel directly, the link for that will be down in the description below. And as always, I've been CJ Over92. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye.